Hey guys, it's Mike Wallace. You may know me best as the game creator and operator of DerbyFever.com. I am here today because I'm making some massive changes to my game, as the majority of you know. And there's a little bit of concern amongst our community that people aren't going to be able to pick it up fast enough. I disagree. I think my community is very intelligent as well as very adaptive. So I have faith in you guys. Still, to help the process along, I figured I would put this YouTube video together and help you guys out. So the good news for you, for starters, is I'm not going to put my ugly mug on this video. If you've been unfortunate enough to meet me in the past, then you know why. Otherwise, I will let you continue to think that I look like a cross between Johnny Depp and whoever the second hottest guy in the world is. It's not true. The other thing you're probably going to learn about me is some people I've actually heard think that I'm pretty smart. I'm really not. You'll notice that I say a lot between my words, and generally not the smartest dude in the world. So it's unfortunate if I'm shattering some preconceived notion of me, but that's what I have to do sometimes. Anyway, now that we're here, I am going to go ahead and start showing you some of the new things. And if you'd like, you can enjoy the music I've got in the background. Most people won't. It keeps you from having to hear my children scream and yell nearly as much, and it keeps me focused. I know Sabbath will enjoy it, even though the only thing he's going to enjoy is the one where it sounds like a couple of guys in a garage beating on a tin can, but I enjoy that stuff too. So unfortunately, the rest of our little populace may be less than happy about it. So anyway, let's go ahead and start looking at our new screen. We're going to get rid of this here. This is just right now for the beta players, so they can keep an eye of what's going on, the changes I make, and they can post messages when I screw something up really bad. So this screen will get cleaned up eventually. Probably have some nice black type buglerisms and some residencies, horses, hot chicks wearing scantily clad clothing and whatnot, but won't be much different than some of the pictures we see around the sim now anyway, so hey, it's all good. So anyway, what we got here, let's start with our stable stats. Stable stats is something that you probably want to get familiar with. It's got some information on it. You probably actually get a little more out of the stable finance screen, but the stable stats screen is pretty good as well. But the stable stats will include just typical things like my awesome winning percentage here. Actually, I guess this is my awesome winning percentage and my awesome in the money percentage. It's really easy to have high winning percentage and in the money percentages when you're playing against 4 people and the computer, who is doing a real poor job of training right now because he only has about 5 horses and has about 5,000 races that he has to fill. But that's our percentages. We have active horses and inactive horses. You know what active horses are right now, just typically like the horses you have in the old version of the game. Inactive horses is something kind of new. It's going to include your auction horses, but it's also going to include horses you have at the farm. We've added a farm to the game. I will explain that later. Yeah, and check this out. This is, your credits are right on the screen now. Dude, I am so loaded with credits. I got $10,000 worth of credits. I don't have $10,000, but it helps that I run the game. If anyone in the game has $10,000 in their account, $10,000 worth of credits, I thank you greatly for supporting my fine product. Last I've seen, nobody comes close to that many except me, and the only reason I keep them there is because I'm too lazy to have a little administrator interface on my end, so I do a lot of my little administrating from the game. Probably shouldn't tell you guys this, just in case anybody goes and tries to start hacking around the site so they can get credits, but if you're going to hack my site, you probably got a lot better things to do than screw around with my credits. Let's hope not. Please don't do that. Anyway, the other thing you're going to see on here is our typical stables. Test Case, Ankh, Bill Gulch, Coda, E. Bryant, Test Case 3, and Test Case 5 are my stables. I have a few more stables, but I haven't moved them over yet. You can log into stables now over here on the left-hand side of the screen. Any of these options you select up here, almost all of them will include a login to your stables here to the left-hand side of the screen. The good thing you're going to notice really about the new version of the game instantly is that you don't have to log into your stables a lot. A lot of it will be done from your master stable. You only log in with your master stable, and just about everything you need to really do, you can do logged in as a master stable, so you won't have to click over here too often. You can do it for convenience, though. A good example is, say you only wanted to look at horses in the Onk stable. You could click on, actually, you could do that from here. So, see, and that will only show your horses in the Onk stable. You'll see why that's maybe interesting to someone later. But also, you can, if you're going to get a specific horse in a specific stable during a claim, you may do this. Otherwise, it tries to put it in your test case, or in my test case stable, in your master stable, and you can actually use a new feature, which is why not logging into stable specifically is something that we can do now, is you can actually transfer horses between stables. There are some limitations to how often you can do so, and you may end up with a 90-day non-racing restriction if you do so, but if you claim a horse, you can move him directly to another stable, no problem. On this screen also, you're going to see these buttons here. These over here, I'll show you, these little guys, these incognito guys. If you click this, you can hide a stable from public view. So let's say that I didn't want people to know that I ran the Bill Gulch stable. I would click that, and now if you go look at the Bill Gulch stable, all you'll see is it says Bill Gulch Racing Stables, and it says I manage one stable. And if you look at the test case stables, it will not show the Bill Gulch stable, and it won't include those results in the public view of races, win percentage, etc., etc. I actually hope that we don't use that a lot. There are reasons some players in the game use it, and I understand why, but generally speaking, I like to think of us as a big community, and hopefully we can all get along and smile on our face and whistle and, have a good day. But I do understand some people need to use it for certain reasons, so that's why I allow the hiding of stables still. I thought about getting rid of it, but it was something that was requested to be kept, so it's kept. The safe here shows us if you support the game using credits, and I hope you do, maybe not $10,000 worth, but hey, I wouldn't stop you. If you click on this guy, it's going to show you how we've used credits recently in this stable. Oh, and I'll show you another little feature here, even though I didn't create this. Most browsers have this. If you hit the F11 button, it's going to put you into full screen mode. Makes things a little easier to see. You don't have to do it, but I do it sometimes. So, but this is my credits. As you can see, I have the 10,000 million zillion credits up here. And recently, I purchased a race. It cost me 180 credits. Before that, I had this many credits. I purchased $199 worth of credits, or actually $219.98 worth of credits. I had a bonus testing thing, which isn't going to be around long, but hey, maybe I'll leave it open for the first couple weeks. Give you guys a thank you for moving over. Yeah, you know what, I'll do that. You've talked me into it. I've talked myself into it regardless. But no, I really didn't spend $219.98 or even $199.99. This is just a test. But it does show you that if you spend some money, you'll get your credits on this audit page, and it will update your credits to the new amount, hopefully in real time as it does now. As well as, I believe that I have PayPal set up to do so correctly as well. So you can actually use PayPal in real time and buy credits. I transferred some credits to Sledge4. He helps me around the site quite a bit. His name's Will, pretty good guy. So I gave him $10 worth of credits because, hey, you know what? He needed them to test things. Bought a couple of mares that I didn't have rights to, and there they are. I transferred a bunch to Padre Bry because he spent many, many hours helping me with the graphics. So I told him, or I actually didn't tell him, he didn't ask. I just awarded him. Good guy, deserved it. Thanks for helping around the site and helping me get this thing off the ground. Long history of stuff here, but that's how your credit history works, and it's just kind of a rolling credit of most recent credits you've bought, spent, etc. The other one is a calculator, which is the exact same thing for breeding points. So here for the Big Sandy, I earned 20 points in a race to get me up to 32. Before that, I only had 12. iPhone Test didn't earn any points for her race. Thing 1A didn't earn any points. Please work for me here. I actually lost 20 points in a race. Don't worry about that yet. It's not going to happen very often, but you can lose points in a race now, and primarily the only way that you would do that is if you raced your horse in a questionable situation. For example, racing fillies in open races. If you don't finish in the top 3, you're going to get penalized for it. And why is that? Because fillies have their own set of races. There's no reason to race them in open company. It happens in real life, but usually, the only reason it's going to happen is because they can't find a restriction, which shouldn't be a problem for us much anymore, or They think they can finish in the top 3. So don't go wasting your effort and time in open races with fillies. That's what I did with Please Work For Me, and I got punished for it. Also, I'm going to allow any horse into stakes races now, but I would not advise you doing so if you don't think your horse is going to finish top 3. As long as your horse has had a history of doing well, you're not going to see any problems. But if your horse is a maiden and you say, hey, I want to enter him in this fabulous race, well, get ready to get dinged pretty mightily for it on points, not just credits or points. And if you go negative points, you can't enter your horse in stakes races. So kind of important to know. How will you know if you're going to get potentially punished? On the entry page, you're going to see your entry points, which is something we'll come across soon. It'll turn red, and as well as the travel points, they'll turn red. So just be aware of that. Probably won't affect too many folks too often, but it can. So that's our stable stats page. So we're going to move on to the stable finance page now. And actually, before I do that, I think I will go ahead and end this video, because to keep them short, just in case you need to come back and have any questions. Keep the videos kind of short, as well as I've been struggling mightily with these screen capture video packages. I have a new one here that I'm hoping is going to do the job, but I don't want to spend another 30 minutes like I did earlier talking my head off and having to pretty much start over again. So we're going to do that, and hopefully you got through this video. This is the one on stable stats and just a general introduction. And if you did, you will be coming back to see the next fabulous video in our series called Stable Finance and everything else. So I will talk to you soon, and have a good day.